is an internal investigation taking place at the Justice Department. This will be an exhaustive investigation. And if there's wrongdoing, they'll be taken care of. I thought it was interesting how you started your question over the months, I think you said, over the last months. This investigation is taking a long time. It's kind of being drug out, I suspect, for political reasons.
Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Wednesday, May 30th, 2007. This is actually a case where we agree with the president. This investigation is being drug out. If the people of the Justice Department would just come forward and explain what they did, why these U.S. attorneys were fired, and all the other stuff, we could have this thing wrapped up in a few weeks, I think, but it's taking a lot longer than that. So today, with Congress out of session, we want to give you a rundown of the latest events in the U.S. Attorney scandal and what to look forward to over the next couple weeks. The first thing is, after Monica Goodling testified on Wednesday, the LA Times ran a story late last week explaining that the internal Department of Justice investigation has actually expanded in response to her testimony. So this investigation is being run by the Inspector General's office at the Department of Justice and the Office of Professional Responsibility. And even though this is going on in the background, this is, for the moment at least, the only investigation that looks like it has the prospect of leading to potential criminal charges. If that investigation eventually leads to criminal referrals, then you'd get a special prosecutor, etc. So we'll keep you up to speed on what happens with that investigation. Next up, the no confidence vote in the Senate. It appears now this is going to come up probably mid-late June, probably the third week of June. It's pretty simple. It's a short declarative statement saying that the Senate and the House believe that the Attorney General has lost the confidence of the Congress and the American people. It has no actual effect. It's purely symbolic. But there's some thought that if enough Republicans come forward and vote for it, let's say if the resolution got over 60 votes in the Senate, that could make Gonzalez's continuance as Attorney General just untenable and he would resign. Frankly, I'll believe it when I see it, but again, that's coming up probably the third week of June. Last but certainly not least, next week, June 5th, we have some if you're really into the U.S. Attorney scandal, some very exciting testimony coming from two people. One is Bradley Schlotzman. You know him, he was the U.S. Attorney in Kansas City, Patriot Act appointed U.S. Attorney in Kansas City. Before that, he was in charge of the voting section at the Department of Justice. Schlotzman is really a key player in all the Justice Department efforts to suppress minority voter turnout. He's very key to that. And as we've said all along, this is really one of the primary issues in the background of the entire U.S. Attorney scandal. So next week, June 5th, he's going to be testifying. And to make it even more interesting, he'll also be on the panel with Todd Graves. Now, Todd Graves is the 9th fired U.S. attorney, actually the first one to be fired in early 2006. He was the U.S. attorney in Kansas City. He was canned because he resisted some efforts to purge voter rolls in his state of Missouri, and then he was replaced by Schlotzman. So this will really be the first opportunity we get to see cross-examination of witnesses that gets to this core issue in the U.S. Attorney scandal, which again is the effort to suppress minority voter turnout across the country, particularly in swing states, to help the Republican Party win close elections. So that's our roundup. You've got first the expanded investigation into Monica Goodling and other politicized hiring at the Department of Justice. Then next week, on June 5th, we've got the Senate testimony of Bradley Schlotzman and Todd Graves. And then coming up probably 2 weeks later, the vote of no confidence in the Senate in Alberto Gonzalez. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.